I have something for you guys. You remember these? Weren't these like incredible? And the fact is, we're never getting these again. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the lost media, which is physical comic books, and how I am so heartbroken that there is no way we can ever get our hands on these today in this day and age again. I think most of you have some of these volumes at home of some comic book or the other. I'm sure most of you must have visited bookshops which have these old comic books collected in rubber bands, and they just give it off to you, and it's just random comic books. It could be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, and then all of a sudden an Archie's will be there, a Scooby-Doo will be there, and it's all over the place, and there is no like cohesive, consistent, volumes that you're getting. You can't, pick the volume that you want. You can't just say, oh, I want um Batman Beyond issue 7 and look for it. There is no way that's happening. But I do remember a time when that was somewhat possible. I remember one of the best comic books I owned, the Spider-Man comic books. I had issues of the Ultimate Spider-Man comic books and an annual big issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. I remember I got into comic books with that first Ultimate Spider-Man comic book issue. I was sick in bed. I was 5 years old probably, and we were going on a family vacation the next day. And my father was coming home from work, and he knew I was sick in bed. So to cheer me up, he went to the newsstand and he got two comic books. He got one of the issues for Ultimate Spider-Man for me and a Justice League Unlimited for my brother. So that was the beginning. That was his way of cheering me up, and it breaks my heart today when I think about the fact that it can't be done today. You can't go to the local newsstand, grab one of these, and just have it with you for yourself, for someone else. And what's even worse is that all of these cost 10, 15, 20, 25 to 30 bucks. Now this is a 10 bucker. This over here is 35 bucks. This one is 25 bucks. Again, 25 bucks. It's crazy. It is crazy that these were a normal thing and that we just don't have this anymore. And the reason for that is just, I think, because we took it for granted. We didn't invest enough in these before it was too late. I remember Gotham Comics was the name of the company that was licensing all of these. So if you look at your old comic books, you'll find this name. Can you see that? Yeah, it says Gotham over there. Gotham Comics was, I think officially publishing these. They had licensed these. They were publishing them here, and I've been looking for years into what the hell happened, and no one has answers. Why did Gotham Comics shut down? Why did they stop doing this? And I don't know. I don't think they exist anymore. Recently, my friend got me a volume of Sinister War number 4 from Bangalore. And here's the price tag on that. $5. It's crazy. It's crazy. $5 means it's 414 bucks. That is a 400% hike from the original prices that we were getting these bad boys at. Now, I think this price of $5 is including the import fees. I don't think this is what the original price is in America. I mean, at least that's what I'd like to believe. So what happened? What went wrong? I don't know. I don't have the answer for you today. I'm so sorry about that. If you're wondering what the hell is the point of this video, I'm getting to that. I think we have as a country established that there is a market for manga and Japanese anime and comic books in the country. We've seen Crunchyroll India just having this huge moment where they've hired Bollywood actors, they're having screenings. Makoto Shinkai has become a regular visitor to the country. And Netflix and Prime Video and Animax and everything is happening. The Japanese manga, comic book and anime market is completely in India now, so job well done, guys. I think back in 2015, 16, we couldn't have even imagined something like this, but it's happening, and it is happening now. It is happening today. I am hoping for a similar, revolution, a similar kind of idea, similar kind of demand for Western comic books now. Not only Marvel and DC, but maybe that's a good place to start. Let's start mainstream. I want to get somehow, these comic books that cost us like 25 bucks, and you could find these in the newsstands, to have a place once again in the country. I think today, if you want to get your hands on one of these, you have to go to your bookshops, and these cost a couple of $100. I remember the one saving grace I had come across a couple of months ago was when in Mumbai there opened this comic book store by the name of Indian Comic Book Store, and everyone was talking about it. Everyone was like, oh yeah, this is the saving grace. This is gonna save comic book culture in India. And I was like a little crazy about the fact that this is actually happening. We're getting an official comic book store in India. That is crazy. So I went there. And I was like, oh, you know what? I think people are right. We're not going to have any worries about losing physical media, the physical comic books anymore, because these guys are going to be there providing it to every single one of us. Just like manga comic books are so easily available here. Check this out. I got my Hunter x Hunter volume 35. I got every single volume from the Succession arc. And these are like, I bought all of these in the first week of their American release. Sure, they're pricey. They're like $500, but these things are like sold like hotcakes, and they go on sale pretty often on your online websites. So I was like, there's no need for me to worry about the Western comic books industry either. It's gonna be okay. And as soon as I stepped into the Indian comic book store, I was worried, because each and every one of these volumes cost a bomb. So I remember they had one of these Superman comic books that I already own. I think it was one of these Superman adventures. Yeah, it was this one. And I remember seeing it on the shelf, and I was like, yeah, I already own this one. How much are they selling it for again? It was $799. 799. It was in mint condition, and I believe it was the original prints. Superman Adventures came out somewhere in the 90s, so I assume this is early 2000s issue. Yeah, this is 25 bucks. 25 Indian rupees, and they're selling it for 799. And then I realized the Indian comic book store is not a place for buying your comic books. It is a place where you go and admire the place. It's a museum. I think their expectation that people are going to come in and buy the comic books is quite wrong. I think they should be marketing themselves as a museum, and they should have an entry fee, and people can buy the comic books if they want. But I don't think I have seen a single person walk into the store and actually buy the damn thing, unless they're like giving it as a gift to someone. Which is why, yeah, I'm worried. And I assure you, I'm not trying to throw shade at Indian comic book store, the owners and the people. I think there's a very smart idea there, and they are trying to keep the culture alive. So kudos to them for doing that. But I believe that the marketing is not quite right. I think they don't exactly have these variety of issues to actually give a person a cohesive reading experience, which means that if I buy one of these Superman Adventures comic books, I'm going to spend $799 on a random issue, and then God knows if they have the issues before this one or after this one. If I'm invested in the story, I want to know what happens next, because these issues are thin. It doesn't cover a lot of story, and that's the concerning part, that people have made all of these collectibles. These technically have so much more value today. I could sell these for a lot of money. I never will though. And this is the last proof that an Indian company by the name of Gotham was actually publishing physical comic books. I'm sure all of you have these at home. So yeah, I'm kind of making this video to seek answers. I kind of want to start a new movement. I want you guys to tell me what it is you think we should be doing to revive this lost media. Because the Marvel and DC films, everyone is going for them. Everyone goes to theaters and watches them. And if these things are costing us like $25, I am sure people are gonna buy them. But it needs to happen like now. It needs to happen today, if that's even a possibility. With digital media, Marvel ending all of their physical newsstand comic book sales by 2013 and DC doing the same by 2017, is there actually hope? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know.